So a quick vid on how to export a file so that the print shop can print it for us. Now, here in my catalog, I've only got one photograph, but you might have multiples. Multiples that you might want to have them print. So if they are non-sequential, you can hold down the Command key and select any number of images. Also, another nice way to do it is to add them to what's known as a quick collection, which you can just drag a photograph into here, and then you can isolate them instead of like trying to find them through all your photographs. You only make one picture. Yeah, I know. So my quick collection just isolates things. So I have it selected, and now I want to cruise down to the export button. So this is in the library mod once again. That's the only place you'll find your export button. So I click on export, and I'm greeted with some stuff. I want to start with telling it where to go. So I'm clicking on my hard drive, and I'm going to the exports folder where we have exported our assignments and stuff. I'm going to create a new folder for the print shop. There we are. And that's where the photo is going to dump. And then we'll grab it out of there and email it. And then when we're done, we'll go ahead and trash that file because this is only for the purposes of getting it over to the print shop. Now I'm going to do a custom name here just to put my name on the file so that the print shop knows it's me. And I'm going to go ahead and title it too, just so for my clarity's sake. In the file settings here, we've got the option of doing a JPEG. Now originally this was a TIFF because that's a high quality file that takes editing well. A JPEG is compressive, and we should only use JPEG when we're planning on, or when the image is done and we're planning on, printing it or sending it to somebody. So I'm going to select a JPEG. In the color space here, we're going to select sRGB. Now, that's actually a color space that's designed for screens and things of that nature, but it works fine for black and white images. If you were doing a color image, you'd probably want to go down to Adobe 98 for a print. Now, if you're doing a color image for the screen, you could leave it as sRGB. I'm actually going to compress this file a little bit so that when it gets emailed, it's not massive. An uncompressed file is about 10 megabytes, which is on the borderline for some email servers. So we're dumping the quality to 80%, which is going to provide a file that's like 3 to 5 megabytes, somewhere in that range, which is great for email purposes and also great for the quality of my picture so that when it gets printed, it's not going to show degradation. I want to make sure resizing to fit is turned off. This is only something that we would do if we wanted to share the picture with somebody who's just going to look at it on the screen. Anytime we print something, we want to have the full quality image. But speaking of, if you did want to resize for email purposes, doing the long edge at 1,000 pixels is actually pretty good. That would even give it enough resolution to print like a small 4x6 or something like that. But that's a good emailable resolution, or to just view an image on screen. I'm going to uncheck that since we're printing to a large output. It might seem like you want to sharpen stuff, but the print shop is actually going to be using the print mod within Lightroom to print your file in the exact same way that we do. And part of the print mod applies sharpening. So if we sharpen here, and then the print mod sharpens, we are double sharpening. No bueno. We can leave copyright on there, why not? No watermarks. And after export, it's just going to show us that picture. So I'm going to hit export. Bing. And there it is. Adam Longrock on. And you can see down here that it's 3.8 megabytes. And that is a fine file size. I'm going to jump over to my email program and printshop@georgefox.edu. That is the one that we plan to use. And I'm going to tell them that this is one print for Arts 230. That's our class, Beginning Photography. Now you are section A or B. A is Monday, Wednesday. B is Tuesday or Thursday. Make sure that is on there as well. That way they can keep note of what students are, that need to pay for their pictures and ones that are in a class currently. Hi y'all, autocorrect. And then I'm going to find that photograph, which popped up here, and I'm going to dump it into my email program. Now once it's in here, we note that the file size is pretty similar to what it was back there, and it is my actual size, and that it has not compressed it anymore, because we definitely don't want this to happen when we email. We want to make sure that it is giving it in the actual size. So then it's ready to go. Hit send, and after sending that email, I go back to my file here within my print shop folder, and I just trash it. Now, since I trashed it, I won't get it confused with the picture that's sitting in here. Anything that gets exported out of Lightroom should have a purpose like that. If I get that print back and I don't like what I see, I need the rock to be brighter, I need blah, 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 I should go back to this original file in Lightroom, tweak it out in the develop mod, and then do that same process again. Go through the whole export thing, and then ship it off to the print center for them to print for me. Make sense? Hope it does.